All right. Hey, it's working. Good. Where's the sound set come out? That will be alright. That will be alright. What's up, everybody? Everybody, what's up? No, I do not need to hear myself. Do not need to hear myself. That is factual. I hear myself enough as it is. What's up, everybody? Everybody, what's up? How's everybody doing out there in the world? Mr. Mad Hatter, hey. Brittany, hey. How's Miss Alice doing? Ash, hey you, hey. Morning, fam. What's up, Billy? Yo, sick note. Keep your ass out of the hospital for a bit, okay? Trust me, I straight up do not ever want to go back to that hospital. I'm glad that hospital is closing. That was by far the single most lackluster. It was a bad experience. We're just gonna put it that way. It was bad, okay? It was bad. How you feeling, bud? I'm hurting. But I am every single day and every single hour and every single minute, I feel like I'm getting a little bit stronger and I'm gaining a little bit of myself back. So, Ash, same thing. I'll go into a little bit more detail here in just a minute. This isn't going to be a long stream because I sat down and I updated my computers and I did a couple of things. I finally got my branded content stuff back through Facebook, so that's kind of nice. I was able to tag Dubby as one of my partners, which is good. So, hey, brother, love to stay, but at work, I hope you feel better. Thank you, Brooksy. Brent, glad to see you up and around, brother, over on Trovo. Yeah, man, I'm glad to be up and moving around. Shame they couldn't do anything about your face. Dude, I think they tried. Happy to see you're home. Sorry you're still in pain. Hopes for a quick healing. I appreciate that. We're growing and we're gaining. You know, I mean, here's the crazy part. I'm standing. I made that transition like that. 5 days ago, I legitimately couldn't go from laying flat on my back to laying on my side. I couldn't move myself around in bed at all. I literally had to put a pillow between me and the side rail of the bed, grab onto the railing, pull myself to the railing, so basically pull myself over, and then once I was there, then I could slide myself back just a smidge. Anthony Wheeler says hi. It's good to see you home. I seen his comment a second ago. He said hey at the very beginning. All jokes aside, that's all good, man. It's all good. Who's this guy? What's up, Gary? Beef stick. Hey, what's up, Reap? Glad to see you doing a little better. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's been tough, man. They knew that it was going to be a pain. Okay, they knew that there was going to be problems with the fact that I have been on pain medication for so long that there was going to be problems with anesthesia, and there was going to be problems with the the recovery in terms of pain management. And so I went in for pre-op last week, whatever. Went in Monday morning, went back around 6 a.m., went into like the OR. You know, I remember the first surgery, going into the operating room and all that. I remember going from one bed to the other. And, you know, because I had to actually get up and lay down in the other bed. And I don't remember going back for this surgery. I flat out don't remember any of it, which is weird. So, I don't know. Maybe I fell asleep because they had me sitting for forever, but apparently surgery started at 9 a.m. And they put me in a PACU while I was waiting for the, for recovery and everything else. My blood pressure was really low. But I remember waking up quite a bit throughout that process while I was in PACU, and I was in a very, very, very high amount of pain. It wasn't a pleasant situation, we'll put it that way. But the problem is that my blood pressure kept dropping, which is why they couldn't get Whitney in to see me. But the nurses, every nurse that would come up, like there were nurses that would come up and look at my chart and then invite other nurses over to look at my chart because of everything that they gave me to get me out, which is not a good thing. They're like, legitimately, they're like, they threw the kitchen sink at this poor man. Good Lord. And, you know, they'd come over and start talking to me, Mr. Krakeel, how are you feeling? And I was like, about like I got run over by a train. Now, I'm sure that I'm slurring my words because, I mean, you know, they gave me an immense amount of meds, but apparently I was awake and well articulated. But, you know, I can remember some of those things, but they were shocked at the amount of medications that they gave me to keep me out. Unfortunately, there were like nurses that during the day just didn't understand their assignment, and there were nurses at night that unfortunately had to make up for the day staff and stuff like that. I mean, I had nurses look at my charts and tell me that they weren't allowed to give me any medication at all. Not just like in a certain time frame, but all pain medication had been removed. Like, I'm not allowed to give you anything. And I'm like, I just had fucking spinal fusion surgery, and you're telling me you can't even give me Tylenol? I'm running 100.7 degree temperature right now. You can't even flush fluids? But you can go get me damn graham crackers and apple juice, that's fine. You can feed the fat kid, but you can't, you know, take care. Oh, ooh, son, I was hot. But what was I going to do? I couldn't hardly even roll over in a bed. Legitimately, I couldn't roll over in that bed for like the first 2 days. And they finally, like the third day, the surgeon came in and we finally got it squared away. You know, he came in and he's like, no. Okay, so these medications are every 6 hours. This medication is every 3 hours as needed for pain. Like if he's asleep and everything like that and he wakes up on the 4th hour, give it to him. But if in 2 hours later he needs it again, he's got to wait another hour. I can legitimately understand that. I got no problem with that. But when I'm being told I need to take these medications at these times, and I have to message the nurses to remind them to bring me my medication, that was a problem. Problem number 2, you know the leg sleeves they put on people that, you know, massage the legs to keep you from having blood clots and everything? I agree, Peter. PDD. I told you that shit was no joke. I had the same procedure, had a fever, and was shaking. It made it worse. Yep. So, no, the first 2 days I had some pain meds, but not much. Yeah, the thrombosis sucks. So you've got the sleeves that go over your legs that get connected to airlines that squeeze your legs and everything. But the reality is they never hooked them up. From the time I was on the PACU table until the first day that fucking physical therapy came, they were just on my legs. They weren't connected. They weren't operating. They weren't doing shit other than acting as another thermal insulator, which certain situations was a great thing. I was nice and comfortable. Other times I was freezing cold because I was sweat soaked in shit. I mean, let me put it to you this way. Because of the swings in blood pressure, from going to be in extreme pain, which caused my blood pressure to drop, to getting on pain medication and slowly starting to come back up, you know, it wasn't good. And, you know, you do lose a lot of flexibility. That's true. You're not going to be able to bend over like you used to. See, I've heard two different things. Either A, you lose flexibility, or B, you gain flexibility. Here's why they say that. Because of the issues that I've had, I've been in pain a lot, which has limited my movement. And in theory, if the pain goes away, I will be able to take and have a better opportunity for that flexibility. Now, I know that physically I lose about 5% of movement. I know that, of flexibility in my back. But I can compensate that with not being in pain by being able to bend further, if that makes sense, or longer, or bend and squat. I haven't been able to do that in 9 months, so. But yeah, I mean, here's Ash to explain it this way. I'm supposed to have gotten my nerve pain medication, 2 pills every 6 hours. I think 4 to 6 hours. Normally, it's when I'm at home, it's 2 pills 3 times daily. Your wife dealt with the same thing when she had neck surgery 3 weeks ago. Jesus Christ, man, is it truly that hard to actually do what they're supposed to do? Like, I know there's a whole lot of faux pas and medications and stuff, but oh, no. So, Pete, right. So I'm glad you brought that up. You guys know that, you know, I've vaped all the way up to this point. I haven't touched my vape at all since pre-op. Like, the day of surgery, I hit my vape for the last time, left it in the car. And when we got home last night, I told Whitney, I asked her if the vape was still in the driver door, and she said, yeah, do you want it? I was like, no, I want you to throw it away. And she's like, why? Do you have a new one? I was like, no, I'm done. Smoke weed, I can't. I don't know what it is, but there's just something, I can't do weed, man. I could probably do the edibles, like the gummies and stuff like that. That wouldn't be a problem. But the odor of weed just literally kills it for me. It gives me headaches. So I have never touched weed like that because of that. I can't stand the smell, man. It just reeks to me. It smells like somebody's literally inhaling a skunk's ass. And I've dealt with people who deal with weed on a regular basis, and they know their shit, and, you know, but it's not a need to smoke anything, honestly. Like, every now and then I'm like, man, I'd like to hit my vape or something like that, because it's like a repetitive redundancy, you know? But no. But so where I was trying to say this though, you know, okay, so I'm supposed to get my nerve pain medication, 2 pills 3 times daily. I'm supposed to get a muscle relaxer. Yep. Darth Vapor. Oh my gosh. I'm supposed to get the muscle relaxer, 1 pill or 1 pill 3 times daily. And then I'm supposed to get the Percocet, 1 pill every 4 to 6 hours. So in theory, the same thing, 1 pill every 3 times daily. So in theory, I have the pain medication. So there's 3 pills a day. The muscle relaxer, 3 pills a day, and the nerve medication, 6 pills a day. So 6, 3, and 3 is 12. So I should be consuming 12 pills a day. I got 1 or 2 of my gabapentin, the nerve medication, maybe once daily. I got maybe 1 or 2 of my Percocets a day. Maybe I would get 1 of those pain pills a day. And I might get 2 to 3 shots of Dilaudid, which were supposed to be every 3 hours while I was there. That was my normal medication. Then they started adding Celebrex, which I thought was odd. You won't need all those muscle relaxers one night. Take one at night to help you sleep. You're going to be a zombie. I do actually need the muscle relaxers as a result of, unfortunately. So, many of you guys know, in June I had the discectomy, right? Where they went and cut the herniations out of my back. And you guys know that about a week later, something in my back popped and a ton of pain came back. And it doesn't go away. The reason why I had those problems are as follows. A piece of cartilage from the interior of my disc actually ruptured through the disc. So there was this shard of cartilage that had ruptured the disc and was buried in the nerve root for both sides of my back, giving me the sensation that I had torn a muscle in my back for the last 4 months. Same shit happened to you. It's crazy. See? That's insane. I haven't had to take laxatives. I've been fine going to the bathroom. Pull out of it. Yeah, I'm trying, Nookie. I'm trying, bro. So, we, you know, I'm glad to be back, man. Glad to be home. So, what kind of horseshit operation are they running? Now I know why they are closing. The way they administered meds is crap. Facts. I had one nurse tell me that I was only allowed to get medication every 6 hours. And I'm like, well, the doctor literally came in here 5 hours ago and told the nurse that he was administering the shots of Dilaudid every 3 hours as needed for pain. And that they could overlap, meaning that I could get a shot at 1 a.m. in the morning and it would be just Dilaudid. And then at 4 a.m., I could get a shot of Dilaudid plus my normal pills pain medication and the muscle relaxer and the nerve medication. That they could be combined. And the nurse was like, yeah, nope. You only get medication once every 6 hours. And would walk out. And I'm like, you know, geez, not like you're a drug addict. You just had a major back surgery. That's crazy. Facts. I did the fusion 15 years ago, and now the pain is back. Other discs try to compensate and get messed up, so now the discs above are bulging, which sucks. Yeah, and that's a concern I have as well, because there were herniations on the L3 and L4, or the L3 to L4 disc and L4 to L5. They should have had you more drugged up than Robert Downey Jr. Facts. You'll get a good 15 years pain-free. I'm okay with that. And if I have to have another surgery or something like that, then so be it. But at that time frame, you know, the reality is I'm 34 years old this month. If it's, you know, when I turn 50, I have to have another back surgery, then it is what it is. But I can tell you this much, I'll be damned if I'm going to go to a hospital that's shutting down that puts me in the ICU, which means that because they don't put me anywhere else, because they don't have anywhere else for me to go, so I can't even spend time with my brother or my wife or anybody else who might want to come see me. You know, my wife was trying to spend the night the first night. I'm glad she wasn't able to, because it was nothing but me moaning and groaning in pain and tossing and turning, struggling to move myself in the bed 2 inches over because it felt like the inflatable beds that they had that are supposed to massage you in the ICU to keep you from sitting and getting ulcers. Well, the problem was they would inflate, which would create sharp pains, and then they would deflate. So what it did was it just kept pushing you, kept shaking you, changing the position you were in bed, which made you more irritable and aggravated and in pain more, because you couldn't just fall asleep. Because, you know, heaven forbid you do that. With the damn air compression cuff that they had on my right arm, checking my blood pressure every 45 fucking seconds at one point. I ended up taking the damn thing off and waiting for a nurse to come in when it flatlined because they couldn't get a blood pressure reading. And I said, it's been going off back to back to back to back to back every 15 seconds. Either you fix it where it doesn't do it that often, or I refuse to wear it. Because I'm not going to have my arm basically slowly amputated by your inflatable fucking cuff you guys don't know how to put on a damn arm. I don't need a medium, I need a fucking large. I'm a big motherfucking dude, I don't hardly fit on the bed. So, John, I'm feeling better. I'm getting around. You know, I'm able to go up and down the stairs. I'm able to go to the bathroom by myself. I'm able to get in and out of my chair and whatnot. Like, I'm doing okay, you know? But I'm getting there. It's just one thing at a time, you know? So, just frustrated with all of the BS from, you know, the shitty hospital I went to. The fact that nobody actually knew what day I was being discharged. They weren't sure. It's sad when the most exciting thing that you have going on that day is the fact you're looking forward to physical and occupational therapy coming to get you out of bed and to get you out of that room, because that was the only time anybody actually paid you any fucking attention. I legitimately had to message my nurses every 3 to 4 hours to bring me medication. It didn't just happen like it's supposed to. It wasn't an automated thing. I had to be the one that messaged them. I had to be the one that asked them for everything and anything in between. I had to be the ones that had to call them in there to empty out the damn little urinal cup thing, because heaven forbid, even though I've been cleared to be able to get up and move around, they won't come and help me get detached from this stuff so that I could walk over to the toilet and go to the bathroom like a normal human being. I had to basically pee in a cup while laying flat on my back. Like, I'm here to tell you that I literally had the worst experience of my life in a hospital while having the worst pain experience I've ever had at the same time. And I'm sure that they amplified one another. But I will tell you that the nighttime nurses were fantastic, in that I would call every 3-4 hours. I would get the meds like I was supposed to, though I was irritated. I'd have to call them. And when I did call them, they usually weren't at their desk. They were usually off doing something, maybe helping somebody else. I don't know, because I'm in my own little bubble. But usually, if I messaged them about medication, it would be 20 to 30 minutes before I got it. And, yeah, but if I asked for, you know, food and stuff like that, it was sitting in my room within 3 minutes. You know, but they couldn't take the risk of letting me get up to go to the bathroom. So, you know, I basically pee a little bit on myself every time I went to the bathroom. That was always so great. Basically sit in your own piss and shit for, well, not shit, but, you know, you get the point. It was a miserable, grueling, horrendous experience. And to be fair, if the hospital wasn't closing down, I would basically be willing to go picket out front of the fucking hospital as a result of the experiences that I received there. I understand why they are closing, and I am thankful that they are, so that no one else can endure the bullshit that I dealt with. I know that some of the nurses were very skeptical on what they're allowed to do, because handling out narcotics is a dangerous game. You have to make sure that you are giving what you're allowed to give when you're allowed to give it. But the reality is there was at one point they walked in and it was like the first day of my surgery, you know, the first night, and they're like, hey, all the medications that he was allowed to take have just been discontinued. Like, the computer says we can't give him anything at all. Like, how does your computer go from a guy who just had major spinal fusion surgery, which is one of the most painful surgeries you can have, and all of a sudden the computer says you can't give him anything? This person has no medications they're allowed to take. Are you fucking nuts? I mean, hello? You know, they got it fixed, but like, one nurse's system said that I was good to get these medications every 6 hours and this medication every 3. And then the next person's like, it says only these pills every 6 hours. So, like, I got 2 different nurses at night telling me one list of meds every 6, and this one particular, the Dilaudid, and via the IV every 4 hours, every 3 to 4 hours. 2 different nurses told me that. One nurse told me I could only get this list of medications every 6 hours. So, what's up, brother? How you feeling? Much better today than I was yesterday, and better than the day before that. So, I'm making steps forward, and, you know, we're growing. We're learning how to do things at a slower pace, but understanding how to do them and getting them done is all right. I'm extremely inflamed on this side. Like, there's a huge swell right through here, and you guys can see the double incision. The original surgery was right up the center, just a little bit lower. So they went a hair higher up on my back. So literally now I just need a tramp stamp that goes across my back, make a little crooked smile. That'd be great. But all in all, I'm thankful to be at home. I have a much nicer home to be at than, you know, that hospital ever dreamed of being, and I'm glad that I'm out of there, and I'm glad that I can administer my own medications when I need them as I'm supposed to get them, and I can just sleep and be restful and be left alone. For that, I am extraordinarily thankful, and, you know, I can't really complain. I am going to have to go ahead and end it here. I've kind of reached my exhausting point with sitting in this chair, and I only have a limited time of standing before my legs start to get weak, and I don't want to overdo it and set myself back. So I'm trying to be smart and listen to my own brain instead of my heart telling me, you're a soldier, trample through it, go play some games. Drop into a couple games of COD. But nonetheless, guys, I appreciate you all. I just wanted to give everybody an update. You know, I'm doing better. I'm moving forward. And, you know, each day I get a little bit stronger. So I love you all. I appreciate you all. And I look forward to seeing you guys again, man. Thank you all for all the reactions, the likes, and the shares. We've got a couple new followers, but again, Facebook's screwing us. Every time we get followers, they take followers away, so I never know what's up. So, nonetheless, guys, I appreciate y'all, love y'all, and I will, sis. Talk to y'all later.